I think everybody sued him when he stole their jokes because they didn't want him telling them.
Yep. Well, that's why Mencia got away with it for so long, right? At least his delivery was good enough it felt like a real joke.
Yes, that's true. That's a good point.
All right, so Erasmus. After getting a B minus, how you? I'm assuming Erasmus would probably be frustrated at the party, like getting you this terrible grade.
So I'm doing one of those things, or overachievers like start talking to themselves, like making plans, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Now a B minus for this app. Just keeps going. I mean, maybe they're all dead. No, I gotta get it together. Gotta focus. Eyes on the prize, Erasmus. Eyes on the prize.
So you're probably giving yourself that pep talk in your room away from the rest of the party, who've all kind of like focused on things.
Away from the rest of the party. Probably a good idea.
I mean, I live in the same room as you, but
Yeah, but you went to gardening right afterwards, and Erasmus went back to the room.
to mope.
You went to gardening because you're like, oh, this is not going to be good.
But yeah, so in this time that Erasmus is sitting in his room, what kind of stuff do you think Erasmus might come up with to help out with things?
Well, what I wanted to do was I wanted for us to get together, sit around the round table and talk about what spells we all have and make sure we're not doing any duplicates and what we could bring to work together to build one of my favorite words of all time, synergy. And
this isn't Meg.
I know. It's none of the Gimbal family. Like, no corporate buzzwords. And then the other thing is, we've got to set parameters for when, figure out when it's a good time to have the party. I caught myself before I said it. Retreat.
All right,
I would have done a good faux pas.
So I think later on in the day, you'll probably have Nikolai come back to the room and meet up with you while you're there.
All right, I'm gonna make some notes, jot them down in the form of an outline. But I won't slip shot it. Roman numeral, alphabet, numbers. You know what I mean? Because it's just
Roman numeral, then number, then letter, then then other number, then letter.
Yes.
Or no, it's Roman numeral, letter, number, lowercase letter.
Lowercase. Mm-hmm.
And then lowercase Roman numeral.
So we'll make sure it's done like that because it just, this isn't chaos.
Got it. So when you come in, Erasmus has like a sheet with a whole lot of like details on it in his hand.
Hey there. You still pissed?
Me? I've moved into action.
Great. What are you doing?
So I've will made this outline of some ideas I have that I think will strengthen us. What's that?
I said, tell me more.
Well, if we all knew what each other's spells were, then we could figure out how we could achieve a level of synergism that will allow us to work together.
Together each achieves more.
What's that?
Together each achieves more.
Yes. Like putting the me in team, if you will.
There's no awesome without me.
Awesome without me. I have some money and I was going to buy somebody better armor. Did somebody need better armor?
I don't think, what is it? The wolf, I don't think has any armor. Yeah,
makes a note. Look into wolf armor. Okay.
It's probably a good idea, though, that we all touch base about our spells, and everyone except you has also been trying to reach out to our contacts to see what info we can get on how to defeat these creatures.
There's probably a book on advanced tactics at the library, which has got to be an easy find and no less than 1,000 pages.
I'm sure Comstock would have already gone there. I mean, she lives in the library.
She's there reading? I just assumed she lived in the library.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. They actually gave her a dorm room, huh?
She lives with her sister. So
Okay.
shall we meet up with everybody?
Yeah, let's go to the library. He makes a note. If you could see that says does not live in the library.
All right, so the two of you will at least meet up with Konstag in the library. I assume it's probably likely that Niev would realize Konstag has not come back yet, and probably find her sister there as well.
Yes, that's correct.
And then Trent, what do you do after you get your information from I almost said Arngstarg. That's definitely not a name.
Depends
Agnar.
on what time I have to go to get it.
This would be during the day, so it's late afternoon now. So the first year class is in the morning.
Amstar is my least favorite Homestar Runner character. They used him a couple of times, but he just wasn't very funny.
Yeah, then I mean, I'm probably just satisfied with my information, and I'm just strolling around, feeling pretty bored, looking for something to do.
Okay. Give me a perception.
He walks past the library, doesn't notice us there. I wonder where he's at.
That is exactly what happens.
Oh, that's so
You find, like, literally nothing to do. And can head back to your dorm at this point.
Yep.
Alright, so the four of you are here at the library.
Do we not have any way to get a hold of each other? Like, we don't have cell phones or anything?
Nope.
No email?
Nope. The only one who would have a chance of that would have been Trent, but Trent is from, like, not this country, so his technology would not work here.
Well, yeah, I had found information on that piece of technology, though, that
Yep.
they do have here. I didn't go to buy one or anything yet, though.
Yep.
I say, Comstock, good to see you at the library where you do not live. Now that we've established that.
Did you call
No?
her Comstock?
I'm just giving Erasmus like a weird look, like, why would she live in the library? What's wrong with that?
I just
Well,
want to
it's-
take my notes.
It said that she lived in the library, so I assumed she lived in the library.
Well, not literally, but she likes to read and research.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
Anyway, how about we fill each other in on what we've learned today so far?
Okay, so I've been processing the path of failure in front of me, and I think
Behind
the first,
you.
all around me, and that was not a dig at you guys. Although I realized it did sound like it, and I think we need to figure out what spells everybody has and how they can work together. And then maybe look up some stuff about clockworks. This is what this was, because that's what he called it, I believe. And then, see if there's any good books on tactics. And then carefully collate those into some nice handouts for everyone. Then we can study and prepare.
I actually tracked down some upperclassmen druids that had visited me about my compost initiative, because this is a required class for everybody, so they took this class last year, and what they said is that we're actually not designed, or the fight is not designed for us to win it, that it's basically what he's looking for is he's looking to see how well we work as a team, and that they said that the robots, if we get one down, that the other one will go heal it. So basically, we're not even designed to win this the second time. They did mention, like we already kind of knew, that they are weak to lightning, and their party happened to have a caster that could use lightning spells. But unfortunately, that's not something that I can help with, because I don't learn lightning spells at my in my expertise right now. But they did give me an idea of maybe carrying some plants or something like that to so that we can entangle them, because it would have been very useful if we could have done that last time, but there was nothing growing in the arena. So
You have to have something growing to entangle.
yes, so it works off of living plants, so I need to have something living. I kind of, was thinking, they said that they had a hard time getting the plants that they had with them underneath the robots, and I kind of was wondering if perhaps maybe one of Comstock's eagles might drop the plants or something like that down there so that I could entangle them. But I wanted to speak with her about that first, of course.
That may be worth a try.
I had suggested to plant things last session.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Okay.
But I'm just telling you what they told me, like their feedback.
Sure.
We also didn't have any plants last session, so we couldn't have done that.
Oh, I wanted to go to the store and buy plants. I had said
In the
that.
middle of the combat?
No, afterwards, Dad.
All right, Grumpy.
I said we should go to the store and buy some plants. Is exactly what I said. So anyway.
I also was looking up a possibly useful spell for druids called Acid Maw. That spell would allow my wolf to do acid damage. It's not as good, obviously, as lightning damage, but it's better than what my wolf would do on its own.
Nobody has any kind of lightning spells or sparks?
Not currently.
As far as I know, no.
Spark doesn't do damage.
Accidental?
Spark is Spark is like for lighting things on fire. It's basically like having a flint and tinder, except it's magical. So it isn't like a lightning spell either.
Well, there is a comparable electric one too. That's called the gas. And also I thought he was making a pun with we don't have one currently.
Oh.
I missed that. Well done. I hate that I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how would you go about acquiring said spell?
Druids know all of these spells. I just have to memorize it, basically.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
What do you have to do to memorize it?
Well, I just look at my spell book and I, read it and I study it, and I just it's kind of like studying for a test. I just basically takes me a couple of hours to just kind of read over everything, and once I know it, then I can use it.
Go for it.
The only thing that a concern I do have, I would say, is I'm not really, I can only learn so many spells, and so my concern is I can learn Entangle and I could learn this Acid Maw, but then I wouldn't be able to also memorize the Cure Light Wounds spell, so I wouldn't be able to do healing. However, I know that Trent has that spell, so I wanted to check in with the party. Would they prefer me to memorize more offensive type spells, or should I, make sure and memorize the Cure Light Wounds and then just choose either, just maybe one other offensive spell?
What do you think, party leader?
I wish we had Trent here to go over this with him. Where do you think he's at?
Probably in his
check
room.
The party or frat house, maybe.
What do you think? Well, I mean, he had healing spells.
He used one last time, so I'm thinking he did. Should I send my wolf to drag him out of his apartment?
Yeah, I think you should do that. I think that would be fantastic. I think that would be fantastic. Then we can get him here and we can all be on the same page. Is he
that
our
something you can actually do?
What? Be on the same page?
Oh, semi-wolf. I would think I could. I don't know.
Your wolf
Can
can't
I?
talk.
Do it.
So
Right.
is it going to actually assault Trent?
Just snap
Well,
at his
just tie
heels
a
and
message to
herd him. You know, like he's gonna hurt him like a
Like he's
border
a
collie.
sheep.
Yeah.
I mean, he is kind of a sheep. That seems legit.
It's like Lassie. Lassie would bark and people would know Timmy fell down a well somehow.
Exactly.
Well, that's because Lassie had proto-speech.
Lassie just like mind melded, like
We could tie a note to the wolf, put it in its
yeah,
mouth.
that might actually be a better idea. So Niev will write a quick note, basically tell Trent to please meet the party in the library, and then she'll tie it around the wolf's collar
Okay.
and send
Messenger wolf.
All right. Trent, there is a...
I'll go see what it is.
You open the door, and there's a wolf there with a little note attached to its, like, a head.
Alright, I'm gonna sense motive. Is it aggressive?
It doesn't seem to be. Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem to be.
I'll read the note.
It says, we're in the what does the note say? Sorry.
The note will say, Trent, we're having a party meeting in the library. Please meet us in Constog's normal research room.
You should have just said we're having a party in the library.
Oh yeah, we're having a party, and there's like a little smudge where the slobber from the wolf like smudged out party studies, just like we're having a party in the library. Please come.
I'll rush to the library if there's a party there.
All right. You get there, and there is no party. The wolf is, though, rushing behind you, thinking this is some kind of game.
Trent's got on like a large, flowery Hawaiian shirt.
Instead,
I see the wolf and I scratch her ears. I'm like, good girl, and I give her little treats.
yeah, there's just the four of them seated around a table with books in front of one of them.
Ah, you're joining our party. How very exciting.
I'll look at Nikolai. So, where's the snacks, guys?
This
Can we
is
have a snack in the
not a
library?
party, weirdo.
That's not what I was told. And I slammed the note on the table.
Oh no, you see that smudge right there? I said we're doing party studies in the library. Please come.
I'll begrudgingly sit down.
Okay.
So, I can't believe I'm totally blanking because I've been up so much. What's your character's name again?
Trent.
Okay, you're Trent. Jess, what is your character's name? Niev?
Niev, yes.
So Niev has a great idea. Why don't you fire away with your proposal?
Oh, sure. Trent, last time I noticed that you have access to healing type magic.
Yeah.
So what we were talking about is we were talking about what spells we were going to use against these robots. And I have a couple of offensive type spells, but if I were to memorize both of those spells, then I wouldn't have any room left to memorize a healing spell. So my actual question was, do you feel confident that you could, heal us if we got into trouble?
Well, I thought we talked about this earlier. I was going to Mage Armor the Wolf, enlarge Nikolai, and then have one healing spell left. I mean, maybe if I don't Mage Armor the Wolf, I can do two healing spells instead.
Yeah, maybe what we can do is I can see if I can find some kind of armor, some barding, like Constog did for her stag. And then that way the wolf will have armor, and then you'll have two healing spells.
All right.
I've never been wolf bargain shopping before, so this will be a role-playing game first for me. I bought a lot of barding throughout the years. A wolf is not one of them, so I look forward to this. What do you got in a size gray?
All right, so that's part of the plan. What else you guys got?
Okay, so I'll just start off. What offensive spell does anybody have? Does anybody have any acid? Or anybody have any acid spells other than the acid muzzle?
I have acid splash.
Yay!
I have no offensive spells, but I found out that we could potentially purchase bottled lightning tomorrow morning from one of the classes. But it's a beginner class, so it may end up being more money than normal.
Sounds expensive.
Bottled lighting doesn't sound cheap. If it'll give us the edge we need, I say go for it.
How are we gonna pay for that?
How much is it?
Well, we don't know. It depends on how much they mess up.
Yeah, it is typically
40 gold pieces.
Yeah. But if they mess up enough times, it could become more expensive than that.
And it's a DC 25, so I'm scared.
So that would be, say, 8 gold pieces apiece, right? If we all chipped in.
DC 25, meaning that they have to roll a 25 to not get hit by it?
No, they have to roll
no.
a 25 to make it.
Yeah.
And if they fail, they can try again, but they lose half the resources in doing so. And if they fail far enough, they could actually cause damage to things.
Yikes.
Ah,
But I mean, they'd be making it for class anyway, so I'm not worried about them damaging things. That's the class's
Would there be a safer way to contain lightning, like a scroll or something?
I mean, if we want to pay more money, I'm sure we could buy some spell scrolls. Sure.
I mean, traditionally it's in wands.
Niev has no idea of the cost of things, so she's just kind of like throwing out like what she knows, or what she's heard of other people
we could
using.
potentially buy like a wand of shocking grasp or something. Sure.
That's actually pretty good. That's some solid stuff there.
Well,
Does shocking grasp come in a wand or a ring? I'm maybe getting my editions screwed up.
You can get it in a wand. You can get any spell in a wand.
All right, wand of shocking grasp. I like it.
it's a possibility.
We're just burning through that money. Let's go get some wolf barding, wand of shocking grasp.
So some things to note here.
Caviar.
There
Right.
aren't a lot of places that sell specific magical items around here. A lot of stuff here is done by other students. Part of the goal of this university, as maybe you're starting to realize, maybe you're not, is that they want the university to kind of be dependent upon each other to function more effectively. It's as part of the additional learning process. So anything that you're looking for, you have to farm out to other students.
Oh man.
And so
we
there's
need to find
always
the
a failure
Wand Makers
chance.
Club.
You just find where spellcasters do some of their learning. But you have to look for slightly higher level spellcasters, so people who are like 3rd or 4th year. And what you'll find, Erasmus, you'll know this because of some of what you've been doing in your classes. They've been teaching you in your non-party class. They've been teaching you guys how to work on writing scrolls. Oh no, you're Arcanist.
Yes.
So they're very disappointed that you can't scribe scrolls because that's not innately part of your class.
No, it is not.
But they would have lumped you into the wizard class block for stuff, since your casting is int based. They're not going to throw you in with the other freakazoid types with their bloodlines.
Bastards.
But yeah, during like that some of the assignments have to do with like scroll writing and other stuff. And so what they've been giving to you is they've been having you like check the scrolls to see if they're messed up or not. So like people around the room will write a scroll and then they'll pass it to you and they're like, okay, now you cast it and see if it works, or you detect magic on it first and then cast it to see if it has the intended effect, which has ended up with some pretty problematic situations for you from time to time. You'll like cast a detect magic and the scroll will light on fire.
Like that, like just blow up in his face.
None of them have blown up because they're making sure like people are only doing 0th level spells. So it's really like somebody's writing a cantrip in one way and they accidentally have written the wrong cantrip on there, and it has like a negative effect on the scroll.
Huh. Anybody got any flyers around the campus? Cheap wands while you wait?
I haven't seen anything like that, but did anyone else do any kind of research?
I talked to Hudup and he basically said that it's hard to beat this and to focus on defending yourself, and he used a frying pan. And that we should eat a good breakfast. So, a lot of useful information there.
He didn't say anything else?
Probably a good breakfast is probably the best information.
I got somewhat similar information. Apparently, they're not the best at hitting. So if we could, figure out a way to, either be or get a little bit more defensive, we may not get hit as often, and then we'll be able to, deal more damage on them.
Are you calling us defensive? Jesus.
No, Erasmus, don't take it so literal. She's saying we need to improve our defenses.
Improve our defenses. What defensive spells do people have?
We
Mage
didn't
armor.
finish the offensive spells.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I also have True Strike and Frostbite and Ray of Frost. Defensive, I have Windy Escape.
I can offer guidance and I can offer resistance. That would protect people from harm and give a +1 resistance bonus on saves.
I have Magic Missile and Sleep, and then Resistance.
I have Create Water. We could make them very wet before we use the lightning.
Ooh. Great idea.
Erasmus, are you able to use Jolt?
I didn't memorize it, but I'm able. I don't have it because I have that lovely number of limited spells I can learn.
Do you already have it in a spell book and you just need to memorize it, or is it something that you would actually have to learn?
No, it would be something I would have to learn. Exchange for magical powers. I have, less. I have spells I can cast per day versus spells I know. So, I have these spells I know. I'll slide it out.
Hopefully we can just get you a Wand of Shocking Grasp then.
Yeah, that's I think the best bet at this point, or a scroll of some kind. All right, which one do we want to do first? Wolf barding, the scroll, or what was another option? Anybody have anything else? Hearty breakfast. So I
That's
assume
good every
oatmeal,
day.
blueberries. What's that?
I said that's good to do every day. Smoothies.
Is there
Are we
any way that we could have some eggs, maybe?
Are we meeting in the cafeteria in the morning before class for this hearty breakfast? Is that what we're doing?
Sure.
I assume.
I don't know. I think all the eggs on campus are probably stolen by Head Up.
Oh,
Like-
does he like eggs?
I think like is an understatement. He's pretty obsessed. It's a little frightening.
Who's this?
It's this little thing who comes by the garden.
Sounds like a goblin name.
Yeah, they're a goblin. But they're so tiny, I just call them, my little buddy.
Huh.
Oh, what do you guys think? Maybe what if we practice tomorrow? Like maybe we could see if we can find something that's not very strong and practice our spells and see how we do together before we are fighting these robots again.
You mean like we'd beat up something for no reason?
Not for no reason. There's plenty of pestilence in the forest that could need some.
Use a beating.
Maybe there we can find like a couple of students who are looking to practice their like combat. Who's willing to fight us and deal subdual damage.
Maybe some of our classmates would like to practice against us. That would be interesting.
Is it graded on a curve or?
I pick beat the shit out of you.
All right, so far, what I believe I've heard is armor for the wolf, some kind of shocking grasp or scroll thing for Erasmus.
Hearty breakfast.
The
don't
breakfast,
forget.
yep. A hearty breakfast, a hearty party breakfast.
Some plants for plant bombs.
Some plants
Carried by eagles.
for the eagle plant bomb. Is
And then-
eagle bomb. Bottled
Look at
lightning.
those low rates.
Yep. Bottled lightning from some alchemists.
Did we decide if we want to try and buy that or no?
So we'll be looking into that if we can't get like the wand or anything, I would assume.
Okay.
Where do we try and get the one from?
The students who who are in class for creating wands and stuff.
So, how late are we in the day?
So this is late in the same day that you guys got your whooping handed to you.
Got the whooping handed to us?
Yep.
Okay, I've made a grocery list of the things we've needed.
Okay. All right. So who is going to get what things, or are you all going to go as a group to these various places?
I
Group, I
obviously will
assume.
be doing the wolf barding.
Obviously, I'll need to go for the wand.
I'll help with the wolf boarding since I've had boarding experience.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't have plans to do anything solo, so I will be joining everybody.
Well, if everybody's splitting up, you can't join everybody. But you do know there's only a small window of time to look for the lightning in a bottle. If you wanted to do that.
Well, the wands would be way better, so I'm gonna have to skip it then.
Okay.
Because if we can get the wand, that's a million times better.
Okay.
But we want to. We're gonna do the wand, yeah. Right?
If we can.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that we will be missing out on the potential to get the other thing if we want to go get the wand, which we do. Because the wand is way better, way more cost-effective, and usable in the future.
Do we have a bead on a wand?
No?
Nope.
You'll have to find a contact that will be able to make it for you, and then they'll have to make it for you.
What about your popular friend, Trent? Do you have any leads? Or are you too shy to ask him?
Damn.
Trent,
She questioned your manhood.
you there?
Trent is zoned out.
Were you talking to Trent? Oh.
Wake up, dude. Do you want to ask your friend or what?
I'm gonna think he's gonna say yes, right? You're gonna ask your friend, Trent?
I'm gonna smack him on the back of the head.
That's assault. You know that, right?
I need to get him to fucking pay attention. And he still is he dead? What's happening?
Yep.
All right. Well, Trent's dead. Come on, I need some moving forward here and ideas. Otherwise, you guys are going to sit around this table. It's going to be nighttime. And then tomorrow morning, you're going to have nothing. You've lost a day. I know barding. We got barding. But you'll need to find somebody to do barding. You need to find somebody who knows how to do, who can make wands.
I would want to go back to the upperclassmen druid, I guess, and ask them if they, Rosalia and Iria, ask them if they know a good place to get wolf barding.
Okay.
Ask them if they know a good place for wands too while you're at it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll talk to some of my fellow arcane casters.
Okay. All right, so for the next day, let me have both of you give me a diplomacy check, or you can also give me a knowledge arcana, Erasmus, if you're doing it in class.
Okay.
So Niev, the two ladies will inform you that they don't like putting things on their animals, so they've never really looked into it. They know that there are people who like make stuff. There's like people in a lot of crafting classes that do stuff like that. So if you like maybe want to meet up with one of them, maybe they'll know what they're doing, but I don't know when their classes are. I've never really met up with any of them. There's this one guy that maybe I would have liked to have, but I don't know his name, and I'm not sure any classes.
Can you describe him? Hey, I'll put in a good word for you.
He's a bigger guy. He's got kind of like long hair.
I'm still waiting for my spells.
No problem. He's usually got like this hammer on his belt, and he's like, he's a little bit dirty at times, you know. I see him every once in a while in the hall, but I don't know. That's all I really know about him.
Is it Rosalia saying this?
Yeah.
Okay. I just, in case I run into him. What building do they normally?
People are all around here a lot, so it's not really any one particular place.
I see. Okay. Alright. So then I would try and track down maybe like leather crafters or something like that.
Okay. Give me you got any ranks in knowledge local?
I might. I do.
Alright. And Constag, do you have any ranks in knowledge local? Because maybe you could give her a hand.
I don't.
Okay. So an 18 is still enough that you'll be able to track down some of the leatherworking classes.
Alright.
Ooh, Erasmus intimidating. Not too well, though.
Intimidate?
Yeah,
What?
I rolled an intimidate. You want to roll it again? Is the actual thing? I don't know if it clicked if you were going for knowledge arcana. I'm assuming so, because...
Yeah, they're right beside each other.
Yeah. So you can find a leatherworking class. And after a while, the students will let out. The person that Rosalina was talking about is not in this particular class.
Okay. So I would go up to maybe one of the students and say, "Hi there, my name's Niev. I'm actually trying to find out if anyone does any sort of like barding for
Got it,
animal
Charles, thank you.
companions."
That one came through. I think I could tackle that task for you.
Oh, that's wonderful. What's your name?
My name is Steve needs to generate a name real quick of a random ranger. I'm Kian.
Very nice to meet you. I'm Niev. This is my sister Constog. We're druids.
Ah, you're where out of?
We're from the village of Luciera.
I believe that's southern, right?
Yes.
Been around there a few times.
Oh.
Lots of interesting animals out that way.
Yes. I happen to have a wolf companion, and that's who I was hoping to find some barding for.
How soon do you need it done?
Well, I need it done in the next day or so. Well, let's see, the thing's tomorrow, right?
What day after tomorrow,
yes.
technically?
Day after tomorrow.
Oh, the
so
day after.
Yeah.
I need it for the day after tomorrow.
Let me look here. Hold on. Let me think. What you want? Leather, you're saying, right?
Preferably.
And as a druid, I assume you'd prefer it not to have metal studs.
Yes, that would be.
I think I can do a woven one pretty well. Yeah, would need a little bit of time, and let me look at how skillful I am. And
We've all heard Steve say that.
I think I could have this potentially done for you by tomorrow, or it would be a little later in the day, but I definitely think I could do it.
Okay, and how much would that be?
$10,000.
Student discount, right?
Let's see here. It's 4 times the price, I think, for barding. I don't remember if it's 2 or 4. Give me 1 sec. I figure I should know this, but I haven't gotten to play most of these companions I've put armor on, so.
Why aren't they called companimals?
That would be adorable.
Oh my god,
That'd be
that's
great.
actually really good.
That's a
Right?
great name.
Companimals. Pro tip, companimal. Okay.
New line of minis.
Yep. Companimals.
Gotta collect them all.
I mean, there were a lot of eagles recently.
Got the Eagles down pat.
It is 4 times as much, so it would be 40 gold. Oh wait, hold on. No, it's armor for a horse.
Horse, well, you know, they're all animals.
Well, no, horses are larger. That's why it costs that. So
I know,
it's double. So
Okay,
it would
so-
cost 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do that. And she will present him with 20 gold.
All right. He will hopefully present you with workable armor tomorrow.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will give him the information as to where we live and say, you know, if you want to meet up somewhere else, that's fine too.
I'll drop it off there. That sounds fine.
Doesn't he have to get measurements for your wolf?
Oh, probably.
That's the usual
your-
size wolf,
it's-
right?
Yeah, it's just a regular
The
wolf.
usual size wolf.
Standard wolf.
He whistles, and coming from around the corner down one of the halls is a wolf who kind of like slinks up next to him. Bigger or smaller?
Well, my wolf companion will be with me.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, then he can easily eyeball it.
okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, Erasmus, you are looking for some wand information.
I am indeed.
and asking around class and doing a little bit of like research and thinking about things. A lot of people are suggesting that if you want a wand and you want something that does lightning damage, and you're a caster who's going to be using it yourself, who isn't particularly good in melee combat, it would probably be best to get a wand that doesn't require you to be in melee combat. So a lot of people are recommending you can pick up a wand of Jolt.
Okay.
And that, like,
Jolt.
it's usually not difficult to find, like, a third or fourth year student that's willing to put in the time. They all have to, like, do these small projects periodically to prove they can craft basic things.
Yeah.
And so if you, usually what you can do is they'll inform you there's like a bulletin board you can put up projects on, and some people will respond on that bulletin board to the project that you want.
Okay, well, let's go to the bulletin board.
Okay. So you can head over to the bulletin board. It has a bunch of projects already on it that people are looking to have done, and it has some like listings of people who are willing to do projects that you can ask about as well. Do you want to leave something on the board, or do you want to...
There's nothing, no flyers?
There's lots of flyers on the board.
Anything about somebody doing Jolt?
Nothing specifically mentioning Jolt, but there is a... Give me a perception. There's a lot of flyers on this board, so you could easily get lost in this pretty quick. All right, you're looking at this board, and you find a flyer that says, like, cantrip wands made quickly. You name the cantrip, we'll have it for you fast.
That doesn't sound sketchy at all.
It sounds good. It's probably reputable. Made fast. All right. Is there anybody with me? It's just me on my own.
Yeah, unless somebody was following you along, but Constag and...
I was gonna go with Erasmus.
Okay. All right.
So I'm like, check it out. It's like a blessing from Shashat herself. Cantrip and wines made while you wait.
How much is it?
They are 400 gold.
Holy shit, we can't afford that.
I think I can actually.
Really? I can't.
I'll tell you in a second.
Guess you didn't come here on scholarship, huh?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna pay 400 for a wand of Jolt.
All right.
Is Jolt the same as lightning?
Jolt is
a ranged touch. It's acid ray, it's ray of frost, but with electric instead of cold damage. All right, let's see how he does on your wand. All right, he hands you a wand of Jolt.
How good is it?
I don't know, how good is it?
Do I make a
that's what
knowledge
that roll
arcana?
was supposed to tell us.
Use magic device?
So you would know how to use it. He would tell you how to use the wand. You just point it and you kind of channel your arcane energy into it.
He uses a command word. The command word is Jolt.
And
I've cleverly created a command word for this. It's
Shazam!
Shazam. Okay. Is there a place you could try this out?
Sure. He'll there's a spot in his room that he's got like a little target thing set up that you could like fire it off at.
Roseanne Copar.
Hold on 1 second. I need to find out what goes wrong. Cause
Please don't kill Erasmus.
He totally failed this.
Oh no.
Already?
Yeah, I botched it.
So I'm quickly going to notice this wand is crap, huh?
Yes, because you're testing it out.
Hopefully that means you can get your 400 gold back.
I haven't given him anything yet.
Good.
Let's see here. Wish this table were better. Okay, I guess I have to decide on this from this. So we'll do this, and then we'll do the next one. That'll be on the first table. All right, so then I need to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to re-roll on 10. And then Charles, what's your alignment?
Neutral good.
Okay. This item just happens to work in your hands just fine.
Excellent. I give him 400 gold.
All right.
Not 400 gold less.
I need you to write on it that you must be neutral good in order to use this item, you lucky piece of shit. He reminds you all sales are final.
I feel like this is exactly the quality work you would get from a sketchy flyer.
Yep. In a college campus where somebody's offering to sell you something expensive.
I'm just amused it worked.
All right. So that's 2 things down.
I'm gonna go to the library and research what are the most powerful breakfasts.
All right. You can research powerful breakfasts. I don't actually know what the most powerful breakfasts are, as I'm not a big breakfast person. But I'm sure you're gonna weight it anyway towards smoothies. Yeah.
Oh,
How about some egg smoothies?
I'm gonna research specific to each body and creature type we have, so we each have something tailored to the premium nutrition.
Okay. Give me a knowledge history.
Okay.
Well, I don't think you have like knowledge, dietary
knowledge
needs,
history.
or well, you're in a library, so you can make it untrained. Okay, so you can get a pretty good idea for what people should have for breakfast. All right. Anything else people want to suggest?
Wait, so
Yeah.
what breakfast is best for each person?
Nope.
Tell me, GM.
That's not the GM. The GM's responsibility is not to tell you what your perfect breakfast is.
So I just get to decide then, right?
Sure.
I think it's usually a piece of toast in your mouth if you're running late.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I'm looking for a Nikolai.
Okay. Yeah, you can track him down.
All right, so Nikolai, what weapon do you use?
Scimitar.
Are you able to use a reach weapon? Because with enlarge, we could get you 15-foot reach. That might make it harder for these things to come and hurt you.
I don't know if I can use a reach weapon.
As a magus, I think not.
I think, yeah, it has to be one-handed. I don't know if there's a one-handed reach weapon. If there is, I imagine it's probably exotic, but I don't know.
Let's see. Magus get all martial weapons. Yep, I don't know. I'm the GM, not the player. You want to research it? You want to ask around
Yes.
about reach weapons? All right.
Sure.
Give me a either knowledge local or a diplomacy check. Okay, you will find that in terms of reach-worthy one-handed weapons, there is basically a... That doesn't actually exist. Check here. Nope. In the martial category, there is not anything that is one-handed that has reach. In the exotic category, there is. There is the whip. But you don't really know how to use a whip, per se.
Okay. So no, I can't use reach weapons.
I mean, figured it was worth a try because,
Never
it
hurts
would have made it pretty hard for the enemies, I think.
Makes sense.
All right. Any other suggestions?
Well,
Let me see how that armor turns out, by the way.
Yeah, because you need to do the plant thing still, right?
yeah, I was gonna say Niev would like to probably go into the forest and see if she could find like some moss or other growing things.
Okay. Yeah, so you can head out into the forest.
Something nettly, huh?
Yeah.
Are you heading out on your own into the forest?
I actually I would be trying to find the party, be like, hey, do you guys want to come with me into the woods? You know, we might run across something that we could practice on. Because she still kind of wants to practice, but she wasn't sure where that landed with the party. So she would be trying to see if the party would come with her.
Okay.
Okay, got nothing better to do. You guys coming?
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Sounds good.
You head out of the safety of the campus and the town surrounding it, and out into the woods around. Is everybody going,
and now
just to
we
make
roll
sure?
Initiative. We're all going, right? Erasmus, you in? You're muted, Erasmus, if you're talking.
I spaced out, guys.
We're
It's a long
going
day.
into the woods.
Okay, yeah,
Are you
I want
coming
to
with
accompany
us?
into the woods. This
Okay.
will be fun.
See how this goes.
Yeah, this
Here,
would be
why are you rolling, GM? What are you rolling for?
Encounters.
Rude.
Seeing
That's
how
what you
much
told
moss
me.
we collect.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly.
if any of the moss has violent fungi in it.
Vinny the Blade is out here.
You got him.
Bring it on again.
Do we happen to see any vines?
Okay, so you're heading out, looking around for something that might be of aid to you, and you find actually like a good amount of like moss that you can kind of harvest, and you're starting to scoop that up. And I need a perception from everybody except Niev while this is all happening. Let's see here. All right, so the entire party will hear a
What is that?
something fluttering in your direction. And
Reggie
it will
Evil Eye.
it will become very clear here shortly that it is a giant bat flying out of the depths of the woods.
we're gonna get coronavirus if we fuck around.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh my gosh.
Let me have the party give me initiative when I bring up the tracker here, and clear your existing initiatives.
All right.
You said it's a giant bat.
It is a giant bat. It is larger than every member of the party.
Couldn't have been a pangolin, huh? Gotta go
Nope.
with the bat.
It is a bat. Actually, let's go with the track that has the appropriate name. All right. The bat will roll as well. We'll just throw this on here. It will... Macro. Darn it, I did not do the macro on this one. Oh well. That goes on 9. The bat is emerging from the woods. And Percival, you are up first.
Hey, Trent is my name.
Percival, you are up first.
Sure. I'll evil eye it. I'm looking to do. Let's see. We'll go ahead and hit it with a -2 AC.
Okay. Let me roll up its will save. And it fails.
All right. So that is 8 rounds, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, in this combat, just a reminder, everyone gets an additional D4 on the first D20 roll you do. So, Constog.
Wait, where's Erasmus in this? order?
Oh, I need to add him. I think he clicked the regular initiative button, but didn't know to roll the token. So I will fix this here. It's no problem. He rolled a 15, I believe. Yep. And let me resort this, and I'll move past Trent again. All right, Constog.
Alright. I am going to summon up a burb.
All right, you summon up a burb, and go ahead, and we'll skip it, and I'll let you attack with it this round.
Well, okay.
I think it was D2 plus... Yeah, I need to give you a character sheet for some of this. Because it was an eagle, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, roll D20 plus... D20 plus 3, sorry. Or, yeah. That is a potential crit. Roll me another D20 plus 3. That will not confirm. Go ahead and give me 1d4. Ooh, for 4 points of damage. That is a good roll of damage on this thing.
And then I'm gonna have my stag run up and gore it.
All right. Let me get this going here.
Are we supposed to be seeing anything on the map?
No,
Okay.
I don't. This was not an expected encounter, so I have no.
I wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Because I don't know where I am relative to it.
All right. So your stag rushes forward and gores into it for a hit, and it takes some damage. Niev. Yeah, because Constog, you cast the spell. Niev.
Okay, so first I want to know, like, what would I know about the bat? Is there anything that I would know? Does it like have Say if the bat attacks, does it have a chance to give us a disease or anything like that?
Give me a knowledge nature with a minus D4 and a plus D4. So yeah, roll /R space 1D, do 2D4, and we'll make the first one positive and the second one negative. Okay, you still got it. It does not carry any known diseases. It doesn't care. It can obviously see in the dark. It's relatively easy to hit. And yeah, has no real strengths or weaknesses otherwise. It is just really good at finding things.
Well,
which
it's
is probably
extra
how
easy to
found you.
hit right now with the evil eye it's getting and the flat-footed that it has right now.
It is indeed. All right.
Okay, so can I still do a standard action, or was that my standard?
Nope, that is a free action to like try to identify what you know about a creature.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Acid Maw on my wolf.
All
and
right.
I'm going to send my wolf Akalia to attack.
Okay, you gotta fix your spell failure thing. That should not be happening.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. We'll do it later.
Okay.
Oh, but unfortunately, unfortunately, it will like come up short because the bat kind of flies its way up a little bit, and your wolf is kind of like trying to nip at its feet.
Okay, that's my turn.
Erasmus.
I'm gonna try my wand out.
All right, give it a jolt. Click your ranged attack button. Or there should be a ranged like next to your melee, above where your attacks are. On your character sheet. It's in a weird spot. There you go. No. You fire off one of the charges, and it like flies way above it and hits a nearby tree.
Is it damaged from hitting the tree?
Is it damaged?
I thought you meant the bat.
Oh,
hitting
no.
the tree.
Nikolai.
Can I use flare on it to
Uh,
try and put burst light in front of it and dazzle it?
Sure. Click on flare. And it will try to fort save. Ooh, it is not affected by the flare at all. You, think that blinding it will help, and then you remember, oh yeah, it doesn't see
We're gonna
mostly
get
with its
defeated by this
eyes.
bat.
It sees via echolocation. The bat goes, and the bat is going to attack the stag in front of it.
Bad critical hit.
D20 plus 5. Another crit, that threat. And a confirmation. And the stag will take 15 points of damage.
Oh. Maybe it's still up.
Y'all, is this
Trent.
worth it? Or should we get out of here?
I'm going to hit it with a second evil eye. This one's gonna be -2 to its attack.
Okay.
And I'll cackle also as my move action.
Plus 3. Ooh, it fails.
Alright.
Constag.
What happened to the eagle? It's not around.
The eagle is gone now. It's around for 1 round.
So I guess I'm not use it for that round.
Yes.
Okay. I am going to have the stag try and gore again.
Yep. Go for it. Ooh, that is a hit. This bat is looking pretty injured at this point.
And then I'm gonna summon another eagle to try and see what I'm at.
Yep. Give me another D20 plus 3. That will hit, thanks to the AC reduction. And give me a D4 for damage.
Right.
Nice. This thing is looking like it's in pretty bad shape. It's got blood spilling down from its sides and its feet. Niev.
All right, I had to unmute myself. Okay, so my acid maw should still be in effect.
It is.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try and I'm gonna direct my wolf to bite at it again.
Mm-hmm. That is a hit.
All right.
That will take a big chunk of damage out of this thing. It is like flopping around.
And then it should add an additional, I guess, 1d4.
1d4. And the bat collapses to the ground, bleeding out all over.
We showed that bat.
Niev will look at Trent. She'll be like, "Wow, your mental spells make a lot of difference."
I'm just maniacally cackling.
All right, well done.
Good job, guys.
You still gotta find your moss.
She's got the moss. That was part of what was happening that led to this.
Oh, we actually found the moss?
Well, I didn't know if we found the moss before the bat came
Nope.
in.
I rolled. You guys found the moss and a bat.
Niev wants to offer a druidic prayer for the bat to thank it for its sacrifice.
Okay.
So she would be doing that.
Okay.
You know, she doesn't like to kill things, but you know, it was pretty clear it was, you know, the bat or her. So.
Okay.
Trent yawns. He's ready to go.
Well, thank you guys for coming with me. That would have been pretty scary if I'd been on my own.
Yeah. Guess that's one of the lessons about working in teams or some shit, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I think though that our strategy was really, really good. I think we did pretty well there.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that maybe we could sell the bat to the school in some way? Like
Do
maybe
what with it?
like
exactly
maybe
what I was thinking.
a monster study class or something like that. I don't know.
People might use it for spell components depending on the classes.
Yeah, man, let's bring this bat with us.
I'm not touching it.
I don't know how you're gonna carry it, but okay.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
All right, yeah, I'm also not touching it. So.
Well, all right.
I'm just suggesting.
We'll probably get top dollar for that bat. Maybe even 5 gold piece.
All right, so is anybody actually carrying it back?
Oh.
I'm not gonna touch it.
Okay.
I look at Erasmus.
Valuable spell components.
Maybe we can bring it to our group teacher, get some extra credit for what we for killing the bat as a group.
All right.
Trent, could you maybe heal up the stag? He's looking kind of hurt.
I'll make a heal check. How hurt is the stag looking?
Just heal him, dude.
The stag's in really bad shape.
All right. I'll heal it.
Yep. All right. The stag heals
5.
There it is. Oh yeah, there it is. Yep. All right.
All right.
The party can return back to the school, having successfully slain a bat. And we
Gotten
will.
moss. That was the important part.
Let's go ahead and take a short break.
3.8 seconds.
No, not 3.8
4.8.
seconds. Maybe a couple of minutes. We'll be back. Hopefully with people that are less
Or will we?
argumentative.